Welcome to the LGBTQ Real Estate Podcast, where we connect LGBTQ home buyers, sellers, and real estate professionals since 2007. It's a great honor to welcome today Brad Sensenbach and his husband, Sebastian Osuna. The guys are from Tucson, Arizona. They're realtors for many, many years. And we know each other professionally, Brad, since about 2004.
Been a while.
Yep. Yeah, we go back a long time. And, you know, the trust and confidence I have in you guys, and, you know, I knew I had to invite you to the show. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself? The mission of this podcast is to, you know, for people that search the web and find this video, help them, you know, ease into home ownership in Tucson.
Well, we would love to work with anybody thinking of moving here to Tucson. We love our town. Sebastian's last name, by the way, is Osuna.
And so do it sooner than later.
Yeah, you want to find a house Osuna rather than later.
I like that.
So I've been selling real estate here in Tucson for over 30 years, and Sebastian's been selling with us for 5 years now.
Yeah.
And the exciting thing about that is now where you can really work toward the Hispanic community as well. I speak Spanish well enough to get myself a beer and ask where the restroom is, and that's about it. Where Sebastian is fluent. You are from what city in Mexico?
I'm original from Los Mochis, Sinaloa, Mexico. So I've been here for around 20 years. My background is accounting, so I had that kind of care.
Attention to detail. Yeah. And we love working with the LGBTQ community. Matter of fact, shortly after I moved here 30 years ago, probably about 2 years later, my business partner at the time and I started the first LGBT business networking group here in Tucson that then grew into the 14th largest networking group in the city at the time. And later on, it morphed into the LGBT Chamber of Commerce. So now we actually have a Chamber of Commerce here in Tucson representing our community.
That's great history, and it's great to see that you were involved in starting that. And I remember back in the day, that's how we kind of crossed paths.
Exactly. Yeah, that was quite a while ago. And even before then, back when I was in Pasadena, I started the gay student union there at that college. And I only mention it just to highlight how much the world has changed, I'd say, for the better. Back then, it was the gay student union, and we weren't as expansive as we are now. And it was a hard thing to do. 3 times, as I remember, we were asked to move to a different location because of bomb threats. So it was the environment to do business was completely different than it is now. It's much easier. We still love working directly with gays, lesbians, transgendered, and it's exciting to see that a lot of the people that are coming our way are transgendered. And because it's nice to see that they're coming out of the closet, if you will, that they're feeling more comfortable to come to us and identify as transgendered. And so it's a whole nother group of people we're able to help also.
That's great. That's really great. Well, you know, I know you have a lot of LGBTQ clients. What is it per se that you enjoy? I mean, of course, you know, personally you enjoy working with the LGBT community, but in real estate, tell us a little bit about, you know, why you enjoy working with the LGBT community, helping them buy and sell homes.
Well, you know, we'll work with anybody. We love our straight clients as well. But when you're working with somebody that's, you know, a little bit closer to what your lifestyle is, it's just you have more in common. And one of the nicest parts of our business, I think, maybe 2 of them, are being in the car and driving them around and having people fall in love with the town that you love and getting to know them on a personal level. And then the other aspect that comes to mind for me is when they do close and they move into their new home, or they sell their home and successfully move on, it's really nice to have that excitement of having been able to have helped them, you know, move into the next chapter of their life. So
yes.
Yeah, it's business, but it's a very personable business that you, well, as a matter of fact, We just had our annual client appreciation party last weekend. We haven't had it
Nice.
for 3 years because of COVID. And we had over 150 past clients in our backyard at a formal sit-down dinner. And
Wow.
yeah, and I just think there's not many businesses
Yeah.
where you get that close to your clients that you can actually invite them over to your house and they all show up and have dinner with you. It's a pretty nice thing.
Yes, yes. And it says so much about you and Sebastian.
I hope so. So if they come back next year.
I believe it is. It's a testimonial to your personal service, who you are. You're just very nice people. And I know that. I know that personally.
Oh, thank
So,
you.
in addition to, enjoying working with the LGBT community in Tucson, and I know it's such a gay-friendly area, tell us about, like, for example, someone that may be viewing this video, may be thinking about moving to Tucson, they may be looking for a job in Tucson, they may have just gotten relocated for their job. Tell us a little bit about what you love about Tucson. For example, it may be the arts, it may be dining, it may be wine bars, coffee shops, a little bit about the job market. Tell us a little bit about Tucson in a nutshell.
Well, first I'm going to say maybe the negative piece that people might hear is that Arizona is a very conservative, politically conservative state. And that may be true to a certain extent, but Tucson is the liberal sister. So it's a very, very LGBT friendly community. We actually, the city back in 1977, way back then, passed an ordinance for anti-discrimination amongst hiring, and Pima County, the county that we're in, then followed suit. So the government here actually supports us very much, and it's a very friendly place to live. But we love a lot about Tucson. I love the weather. You hear about this every time I turn on the news now. I'm hearing about the horrible weather going across the country, and really our bad weather is it gets hot for 3 or 4 months.
Yes.
We don't have hurricanes.
There's air conditioning for that, right?
Say it again.
There's air conditioning for that.
And there is, yes, and you have to go outside. We have this wonderful T-shirt that they sell to tourists, and it shows a picture of a skeleton, and it says, "But it's a dry heat." It does make a difference, except for July and August when our monsoons come, and then it gets a little bit more humid. It is a very bone dry heat, which makes it very easy to live. As soon as it gets dark, as soon as the sun goes down, there's a cool breeze that kicks up and the temperature drops. You kind of feel like you're on the island somewhere. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, I've got to share. I remember being in Tucson years ago, okay? And there's nothing like those Tucson sunsets when the sun is dropping into the foothills and the purple colors and the pink colors just pop out of the sky. It's gorgeous, right?
Absolutely. I think our sunsets rival Hawaii. They really do. And one of my elderly clients, actually, she turned to me one night when we were out shopping. And she looked up and saw the mountains were turning pink. And she goes, Brad, when the mountains turn pink, it's time to drink. So
yeah. Have a glass of wine. It's time to go and have a dinner and a glass of wine, right?
Absolutely. So it's a wonderful place to live. We love traveling, but it's always a nice place to come home to, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. We're also close to the border, so if you want to go down and do a little Mexican thing, we're an hour from the international border, and Nogales is a very friendly border town.
And we're close to the beach, Rocky Point.
Yeah, we have our own beach. Most people don't know that. A 4-hour drive through our beautiful desert, and it's quite a beautiful drive. It's a place we lovingly call Rocky Point. It's known in Mexico as Puerto Penasco. It's at the very upper crotch, if you will, of the Baja Peninsula. And when you go there, it looks like you're looking at the ocean. It's absolutely gorgeous. Their entire economy is based on tourism, so you don't even need to switch your money to pesos. So if you want to go for a quick getaway, it's a beautiful 4-hour drive through our desert, and then you're at the beach, if you will. So
well, say hello to my cat Angela. She's in
Hey,
the show.
Angela. I just showed her. Yeah, I saw her.
She just went down. Yeah, but that sounds great. Yeah, I love Mexico, and we met last year at a conference in Mexico, a real estate conference.
Yes, we
The
did. We're
the
looking forward to coming back. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be in Puerto Vallarta. We do real estate training there for the LGBTQ community, and that's a great event. And yeah, that's something nice also. And so tell us a little bit about the housing stock. I know, for example, there's probably a lot of diverse housing, whether it be new construction, whether it be older historic homes in Tucson. What do you guys specialize in? I guess a little of everything, right?
Yeah, really a little of everything. Ever since we moved here, Sebastian came from Mexico, I came from LA. We've been very, very heavy in the internet. So we'll get a young lesbian couple that want to buy a condo. And so we're showing condos. Or we'll get, a single fellow that wants to live on 3 acres of land. And we have that too. It's very diverse. We have a real wonderful, vibrant downtown. So if you like that urban feel, there's wonderful places to live there. Old historic homes, mid-century homes, craftsman style homes, Victorian homes.
Ranch style.
And then there's beautiful ranch style homes. We have gorgeous mid-century ranch. We have several very famous architects that started here and got their foothold in Arizona. So we have some real interesting architecture, a little bit of everything.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Great. And, I'm sure there's people, like you said before, some people think of Arizona as being, very conservative. And, we know, like you said, Tucson, and I like that analogy, it's the liberal sister. But, for some people that may be thinking of relocating, for example, to Tucson, and they're LGBTQ, they're watching this, what would you like to share with LGBTQ individuals and families who are considering moving to your area? What should they know about the community and its welcomingness to LGBTQ families, for example?
Well, it's very welcoming. Almost all of our clients that are LGBT are young professionals or retirement age. And many of them are couples. And I think this is a very, very friendly gay couple community. People love getting together, inviting each other over to each other's homes, going out to dinner together. We do have bars in that scene. Maybe because our personal age, we don't go out to the bars a lot, and we find ourselves doing a lot of things with other couples. If you have any fear, like this is not a gay-friendly city, I'm going to say you're wrong. It's a wonderful, very open, welcoming community. So many people here are not natives. They're from somewhere else. So that lends to this sense of that everybody kind of pulls together. We also have a very vibrant university here, which brings in all of that younger generation. Yeah, it's a great place to live. Easy. The airport is international, so you can get just about anywhere.
Close to Bisbee too, who is very friendly.
And Bisbee's a fun city too. Yeah, Sebastian's saying that's about an hour and a half south of us, and it's an old mining town that's in between these two mountains, and the entire street is Victorian brick, 3 or 4 story buildings, and it's a wonderful little historic town to get away to on the weekends too.
And they do the celebration of the gay pride.
They have gay pride. Yeah, we were down there with their last gay pride. There were people actually pulling wagons. I mean, it's really old school, small town. It was wonderful. Yeah.
Sounds like fun, something different, right?
Absolutely. We also here have a huge gay pride event. We do it in autumn. Most gay prides are in the summertime, but here, because it does get hot in the summer, I think ours is in October, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And we take over a large portion of the largest park, and there's a dance stand and live music and all sorts of other events going on. And that happens every year as well.
Vendors.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, I think this video has been very helpful to someone that may find it and want to know a little bit more about, Tucson and moving to Tucson. And, I know they can feel comfortable working with you and Sebastian. So I guess my last question is, when you guys aren't working, because I know you work so hard, when you're not working, what do you like to do?
What do we like to do, Saba?
Uh, uh, really, I forgot what we do when we don't work.
Because we work all the time. We love our yard.
We love our patio. We do that kind of stuff. Spending time with the three girls and one boy we had.
We have four-legged children. Yeah, we spend a lot of
Great.
time with the dogs.
Yeah, so
We're on an acre of land, so we have that all developed, and we have this one area called a secret garden. We love to travel, but honest to God, Tucson's so beautiful. We're also a foodie city. So wonderful, fantastic restaurants that are some of them are world renowned. Nearby, I just found out up in Sedona, which is one of our cities a little bit away from us here. Um, they have a restaurant called Elote that just got a Michelin star. So this whole
Nice.
area is a foodie area. Wonderful place to go out to restaurants and have fun too. Yeah.
Great. Great. Well, that's important also.
Gotta
Great.
eat. Gotta eat.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to get out and have a glass of wine, enjoy a nice dinner. Yeah.
When are you gonna come to Tucson, Jeff? I'm putting you on your spot. When are you coming to Tucson to visit?
Well, that's a great question. It's not on the agenda right now or the calendar, but you never know, and everything is fluid in life. So if I am visiting, I will surely reach out and we'll connect.
Absolutely, and all the listeners here, we'd love to hear from them too. So
Yeah.
if anybody's interested in Tucson, preponderance of our clients are moving from somewhere else. So we would love to have a phone conversation and send them some initial information. We can also do an auto search that'll send them things directly from the Tucson Association of Realtors Motherlode and send them things to their home so they can be looking at the stock and seeing what is available here in Tucson while they're still back home.
Well, that's very helpful. And that's a great service. It's just one of those add-ons that you do for your customers.
Absolutely, yeah. And then we'll see them at the next client appreciation party.
Yeah. Well, I know they would have a great time at that, and it's something that they can look forward to.
We're thinking of doing the next year, maybe, don't hold me for this, we may be doing a Spanish version, music from all south of the border. But
That sounds like fun.
switches up every year. A white party, a Mexican party, cowboy party. We did one of those. People loved it.
it was the last
Very
one
nice.
Yeah.
before.
It was nice to see several of our clients dressed as Pocahontas.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun. Well, we are at 18 minutes now. We're over time. We want to be respectful to people that are multitasking and have to check their phones and all that stuff. So let's do a thumbs up. It's how we end every show here.
All right.
Guys, it was great to see you. Enjoy the rest of your day in Tucson, Arizona. Beautiful place. And bye-bye for now.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
see you in Puerto Vallarta.
Ciao.
Bye.